Alright, so I kind of wanted to do a video. I don't want to rant. I don't want to, be nasty to these people that I've been seeing in these comments for Evil Dead, the game. Maybe I'll just take it on the way of actually clarifying what the game actually is and what is actually going on with the game. Because for some reason, I guess people don't want to do their research. Maybe they're too lazy, or they just have the attention span of a goldfish or whatever. But basically, I'm just going to combine everything that I possibly can about the game, that I know about the game, about the pre-orders, and everything just all in this video right now. So, let's begin. Basically, I want to tell you what the game actually is, because I'm sick of seeing comments saying it's a Left 4 Dead clone. It's not even close to being a Left 4 Dead clone. It doesn't even make any sense. Unless, of course, they did somewhat of a, side mission, or if they did a different game mode. Maybe if they did a horde mode, a 4v, 4-player co-op PvE type of game mode, then yeah, you could potentially say it's a Left 4 Dead clone. But that is not what this game is. This game is going to be like Resident Evil Resistance, Dead by Daylight, and Friday the 13th potentially. I don't want to compare it to Friday the 13th because I know Friday the 13th had like 8 players and then one person playing as Jason on this big map. This game is literally 4v1. You're going to have 4 survivors, 1 person playing the Kandarian Demon, and basically as a survivor, because for some apparent reason people don't understand the actual objective of the game, when you can actually go back and watch the gameplay reveal video they did last year at the Summer Games Fest, which clearly states that you need to collect lost tapes, hidden artifacts, and if you get, lost pages of the Necronomicon. If you get enough of these, you can then, do a spell which will summon a portal to send the Kandarian Demon back to where it came from. So I don't understand why people are completely missing the objective of the game here. Like, it was clearly stated in the gameplay, and someone in the Twitter thread told me that it's not tapes. Well, clearly, Bruce Campbell himself narrated the video, and he literally said, collect Nobi's lost tapes and other hidden artifacts and the lost pages of the Necronomicon to send the Kandarian Demon back to the hellhole it came from. Alright, now that the objective's clarified and what the game actually is, it's an asymmetrical horror, let me tell you that there is skill trees. Skill trees have been confirmed via Wikipedia. I think it was on the Boss Team Games website about the game as well, saying that it will offer progression. And Tim Willits himself, in the last conversation he had with Bruce Campbell, which we all got to see in December, basically said that there is different classes as well. You're going to have the leader, the healer, the hunter, and I can't remember what the 4th one is off the top of my head right now. But, you get the gist of it. There's going to be 4 different classes to play as. Maybe even more if later down the line. There's going to be skill progression trees that you're going to be able to build around your class as well. Which, if people are familiar with World War Z, that's exactly what they did with World War Z. You tiered up your drone master, your slasher, your vanguard, your gunslinger. You leveled them up. You pick different perks what you want to do, to specify in your build. And that's how it's probably going to work. It's the same devs that did World War Z. It's not hard to figure out that this is how the game is going to work, And like I said, there's going to be one huge map. And, I kind of just want to clarify that there's probably not another map in the game yet. They are going to release the game with one whole giant map. They're probably going to see how the game is going to do. And then going to drop maybe, an Army of Darkness, Castle Kandar map. And then, they could do a Deadlands map, which would be awesome in my opinion. They could also do a Wasteland map, from Season 4, which we never got, of Ash vs. Evil Dead. So, the game has a lot of open interpretation of yourself and, what you could expect from the game. But basically, that is what the game actually is. And if there's anything else that needs clarifying, leave me a comment and leave me a question, and I'll happily get back to you about it. Alright, so what else I'm also seeing in comments recently is people still moaning and bitching about single player. Why do people expect a multiplayer game to have single player? I don't understand it. If the game was like Battlefield or whatever, maybe, you're paying 70 quid for a Battlefield pre-order that only comes with multiplayer, then fair enough, you can argue that you want to get single player, you want to have a story mode, blah blah blah. And then there's people saying, well, the game's a missed opportunity for having a story, not having a story mode. You know, the game itself is probably going to have a lot of lore. You know, it's going to have, you know, probably cutscenes that you can watch. You know, like I said, I go back to World War Z, which again is developed by Saber Interactive that is making this game. They have cutscenes for each individual character. If you do enough progression on them and stuff, then you can actually check out, you know, backstories about them. I imagine there's stuff you're going to be able to find around the map, like Easter eggs that, you know, if you want to do that type of thing, you know, you can figure out, you know, listen to the story tapes or something like that, because they've said that there is side characters in the game, you know, ones that aren't playable, that have actually come back from the original cast to do some voice acting in this game. So I imagine that there's going to be videos and audio files and stuff like that. You know, you're going to have the story element there as well. Yeah, granted, it's not like a God of War campaign where you're playing as Ash. And, you know, I mean, off the top of my head, I mean, the only thing that I could potentially see being an Ash versus Evil Dead game, or just an Evil Dead game in general, that was based around story, is if they did it based on after the show, you know, it's season 4. You know, if they did like a Mad Max type of style game, then fair enough, you know, they could have done that. But in my honest opinion, you know, we're getting a multiplayer experience here. You're gonna have 4 people. That's gonna have crossplay as well. That's already been confirmed too. And basically, you're gonna be able to team up with people. You can even play solo offline if you want. I mean, you're probably gonna have to have an online connection to do that, but you can still play with the AI if you choose to you know, do side missions and stuff as well. So, you know, that option's there. But people asked for single player. Okay. This is why the game got delayed originally. Like, literally, people begging for single player. They give them single player, and now I'm just constantly seeing people still moaning about, you know, there not being a story. And of course, people can have their opinions. People can want to say, like, oh yeah, I'm good there's no story, but I'm still going to buy the game, you know, it's Evil Dead. If, you know, in my opinion, if you're an Evil Dead fan, you're not going to give a fuck about, like, what type of category game it is. You know, it's literally like, if this game was a freaking turn-based strategy game, I'd still be buying it because it's Evil Dead. You know, oh, I'm not buying the game because it doesn't have a story. I mean, in my opinion, like, that is just a totally weak argument to make of not buying the game. I mean, of course, people may just prefer their single-player games and they want to play by themselves and not have any friends, you know. That's fair enough. But to just constantly bitch and moan in the comment sections about it, then, you know, it's like, well, just don't buy the game. It's simple as that. If you're really that bothered about it not being single player, just don't buy the game. Don't leave a fucking comment to the devs saying, oh, it's a massively wasted opportunity, blah blah blah. You know, I guess people want to voice their opinions, whatever, like I'm doing right now in this rant video, or, you know, a clarification video is what I call it. But yeah, it's people. If people want single player, they can freaking have it. They can go and play the old Evil Dead games that we've already had that were all single player. You go play them, we'll happily sit here in our little multiplayer game and having the freaking best time of our lives, because, you know, the game looks ridiculously insane. Like, it just looks awesome. Everything we've seen gameplay wise, and, you know, I don't know what the right word is, like the cinematography of it, you know, like the whole scenery, I guess is the right word. Like, everything just looks spot on. It looks great. It looks Evil Dead. It's got the freaking gore there. It's got the ridiculous, gory freaking executions and everything. And yet people, for some reason, still want to hit on this game. I really just don't understand why. Like, maybe this community, so far, from what I've seen, is just entitled. Like, that is the one word I'd put. Everyone is just being entitled completely. Like, oh, why aren't they doing this? Why can't I have this? Why can't I have that? It's worse than, I mean, it's I wouldn't say it's worse than Dead by Daylight, but it's getting to the point of being there, and it's so frustrating because I'm in the forums, I'm in the freaking threads, the comment sections of this game, constantly clarifying people and telling them, like, yeah, this has already been announced. It got announced over a year ago. Why, like, you know, things like that. It's kind of frustrating from my point, because I mean, I'm trying to defend the game. You know, I've got huge respect for Saber. I've got, you know, I'm a huge Evil Dead fan. Trying to defend a game against these people who, for whatever reason, can't get just the simple basis of what the game actually is and stuff in their brains is very frustrating. But anyways, moving on. On to my third topic of discussion, the Epic Games Store. Now, this is the best fucking argument I've ever seen on any forum or thread or comment section ever. I am not buying the game because it is an Epic Games exclusive. Like, I could probably pick about 5 different areas of where this has been mentioned, you know, on Reddit and Facebook and Twitter and stuff. I have never seen people bitch and moan so bad over a game launcher. Holy shit, man. Like, the funny thing is, right, let's just start this off. People have compared this game with this argument, by the way. People have compared this game with Predator Hunting Grounds. Predator fucking Hunting Grounds. That come out for only PlayStation and on Epic Games Store. And they're gonna sit there and tell me that this game is gonna have the same fate as that. Bearing in mind, Predator Hunting Grounds, when it come out, potentially had the one of the worst reviews in like a video game. It is literally garbage. It has like PlayStation 2 graphics, clunky gameplay, and I have actually played it for myself, by the way. I played the beta before it came out, so before you all say, well, you haven't even played the game, I actually have, and I can have a solid opinion on it. Literally, PlayStation 2 graphics, clunky ass gameplay, and it's, I mean, a lot of people don't know this, but the voice actors in the game were actually from Funhouse, which is a YouTube channel that I used to watch. So, you know, this is the level that we're at for Predator Hunting Grounds, which, you know, is probably F tier in terms of development. And it's, you know, was it made by Gun? I don't even know if it was made by Gun or Ilphonic or whatever the fuck they are. Like, they're a very small dev studio. You know, the only good thing they got probably was Arnold Schwarzenegger to do the voicing for Dutch and stuff. You know, they got Dutch into the game. Awesome. I mean, that was probably just to inflate sales. But people are literally turning around and telling me that, you know, a year down the line, that Predator Hunting Grounds is a dead game because it released on Epic Games Store first and not on Steam. I'm sorry, but if people bought this game on Steam, they would not be playing this fucking game right now. Literally, they wouldn't. A year down the line, no, I would not be playing that game. And like I said, I just literally give all the reasons why you would not be playing that game. You know, and it's very unfair to literally compare that shit to this game. And this game isn't even out yet, and I could probably tell you that it is literally 1,000 times the game than what that is. And also, like I said, going back to the rant of Epic Games Store exclusive, who the hell came up with the idea that, you know, Epic Games Store is a bad thing? I mean, I personally game on Xbox, but even I own Epic Games Store on my PC because I have so many games on there. I mean, all they offer is free games, blah, blah, blah. It's literally a fucking game launcher. It doesn't need all these bells and whistles like Steam has, you know, forums. Like, I have Steam. I have loads of games on Steam as well. Steam's great, yeah, okay. But I don't give two shits where my games are. If this game was a PlayStation exclusive, then, you know, I'd actually fucking care. Like, I wouldn't sit there and cry about just having to download an extra launcher on my PC to be able to play this game. If this game looks great and you're an Evil Dead fan, why the hell are you not just going to buy the game on Epic Games Store and launch it? You know, that's all it's there for. It's literally there just to run the game. Like, who cares if it doesn't have a forum or whatever? Like, literally, from what I've seen in arguments, that's all people care about, is that it doesn't have a forum and that it's, you know, apparently it offers nothing as a storefront. Like, what the hell does that mean? It's there to literally run games, so run your fucking game and play it. In my opinion, I literally think people are just following a crowd, and they don't even know why to be angry at Epic Games Store or anything like that. Oh, it's anti-consumerism. Okay, right. So you're gonna tell me, like, Tim Sweeney, who made the fucking the Unreal Engine, which is, you know, possibly the main fucking aspect to most games these days is the Unreal Engine. You're gonna sit there and tell me that it's anti-consumerism just because they have an Epic Games launcher? Like, it just blows my mind, man. And then there's people saying, well, yeah, the game's gonna be dead in a year's time. You do realize this game is launching on like 5 consoles as well as just on PC. And if I go back to Dead by Daylight, which, regard, you know, Dead by Daylight started out on Steam. It never was on consoles originally, and then it got moved on to consoles and, you know, became this big game it is today. You know, Dead by Daylight is probably about 30% PC players and 70% console, if not more on console. Like, I'm pretty sure most of their player base is on PlayStation. I mean, I could be wrong, but from what I think, from the last thing I seen, when the optimization changes come in and stuff, like, literally everyone was saying that, you know, PlayStation's probably its biggest player base, and, you know, then there's Xbox as well, and then you've got Nintendo Switch, which, by the way, this is also launching on. So you've got this on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, and Nintendo Switch, and you've got it on Epic Game Store, which is on PC. So, again, I don't understand the basis of saying this game's going to be dead in a year's time because it's not launching on Steam. Like, what the hell is that, man? Like, you're literally blowing my mind. Like, I really don't understand how a game can be dead just because it doesn't launch on Steam. And people, like, this is the most ignorant thing. People saying that I do not want to play with console players. I just want to play with PC people. Okay then, right? You do that. You do that. You play in your little Steam, your little niche of group of people. You know, you're probably like 10,000 of the player base, while, you know, there's hundreds of thousands of people playing on console, and you can sit there in your lobbies waiting to queue forever. And I'm not gonna lie, but, you know, in terms of crossplay on Dead by Daylight, most of the PC player base is either toxic or they literally cheat at the game. I mean, you do get your good PC players. Give them respect, definitely. You know, people who generally play the game and stuff, and, you know, have moments. You know, they have their great fucking keyboard and mouse moments. You know, I get outplayed by PC killers all the time on Dead by Daylight. You know, I'm not going to take it away from them. They're good. But just because someone's playing on console, you're like, oh, console peasant, don't want to play with you. Oh, I tell you what, man, we're in 2022. There's times to just stop being fucking entitled and ignorant about the fucking what game is being launched on what platform and what Epic Game Launcher is. You know, like, who cares, man? You've got Origin and, you know, other launches on PC. I really don't care. And, okay, we're going to go back to this as well. I know I'm ranting about Epic Game Stores a lot, but people actually think World War Z is dead. I tell you right now, I could load up World War Z right now and find a game in about 2 seconds. It is far from dead. This game is still getting updated, which, by the way, won Game of the Year. And guess what? It released on Epic Game Store first and not Steam. Oh, man, that's fucking mind-blown, isn't it? Jesus, man. I tell you what, people's arguments and debates already about this game, and it's not even out yet. It's like we're literally 3 months away from release, and the bitching and moaning has already started. All I'm going to say is, God help the devs when this game comes out, because the amount of people that's going to be entitled for shit to be added is going to be surreal. Like, I need to catch my breath. Anyways, moving on. The Savini Ash skin. This Savini Ash skin. This is another argument I'm getting. Okay, so I seen a video. I'm not gonna mention what the fucking YouTube channel was, because I don't even think they're worth mentioning. But basically, they said that $125 skin is a ripoff. In what possible realm of reality is the Savini Ash skin a $125 skin? I'm literally shocked. Like, I don't understand that at all. How can you say that? It doesn't make sense. It's a collector's edition. Like, you're getting a t-shirt, you're getting cards, you're getting books, you're getting a steel book cover for the game, you're getting all this other stuff, and you're getting an Ash skin, which, by the way, is a variant, which means the original's gonna get released on the game in anyways. So why are people getting so fucking mad over a skin? I don't understand it, man. Like, it's literally just mind-blowing why people, for whatever reason, have these weird ideas in their heads that, like, the facts are there right in front of them. It literally says on the pre-order, it's a variant skin, which means it's more or less just a recolor. If people are Evil Dead fans, they don't care. Like, I didn't pre-order the fucking collector's edition just because I wanted the Savini Ash skin. I seen all the other stuff when I wanted it. And people are going to sit there and tell me that's not worth the money. Okay, let's do the math real quick. I mean, it's, you know, top of my head. I'm not really going to work it out. It's just, you know, eyeballing it. But, you know, you have the shirt. Just say that's $30, okay? You have the game. The game itself's $50. You have the season pass, which is probably about $20. You know, then you've got the cards and other memorabilia, which, you know, probably adds up to about $40. And then you get the skin on top of that. And, you know, if you went and got the Ultimate Collector's Edition, you also got the Necronomicon, which, of course, only cost around, you know, $70. So, in my opinion, would you say that's a ripoff? I mean, you are literally getting all this stuff for $125, and you get, like, you're gonna sit there and tell me it's a ripoff. I'm sorry, but you go pre-order fucking Battlefield, right? And like, we'll always just go back to Battlefield because, you know, EA is a AAA studio. You know, Saber doesn't know what they're doing. They're just indie devs. They're a small studio. That's why they're putting the game on Epic Games Store for more money. Blah blah blah. Let me just say this. You know, you pre-ordered Battlefield for 70 quid. And then the game come out, has a lesser player base than the last 2 Battlefield games. And you're not going to tell me that's a ripoff. But, you know, having all these goodies and stuff in your pre-order bonus, you know, that's clearly a ripoff. You know, that's anti-consumerism, you know. And, you know, it's not like there isn't a standard edition you can't pre-order for like $30 or whatever it is, $50. I mean, I'm trying to work in dollars here. I'm from the UK. I usually play in pounds. So what? It's £31 to pre-order the standard edition, and I think it's like £42 for the deluxe. I know. I mean, again, I'm mind blown with these comments, man. I really am. The guy in charge, Tim Willits, literally is an Evil Dead fan. Like, most of his games and what they've done with gaming was because of the old Evil Dead movies, you know. It's like the inspiration behind it all. And, you know, you've got actual fans behind this game, like making this game. So I really don't understand what people's issues are. I really don't. But yeah, that Savini Ash skin, man. People bitching about that is just on another level to me. I just can't believe it. Anyways, this is my last topic of discussion because I think I've probably gone on a bit too long here, and I'm going to have a lot of fun editing this. And I do apologize for all the swearing that I've done, but, you know, once I get going in my rant, I can't stop. And, you know, these bad words just kind of blow out my mouth and I can't help it. But anyways, the last topic I have, and this is kind of a controversial one or whatever, is that Boss Team Games is around the game. And people seem to think that they're involved in NFTs and stuff like that. Which, you know, I mean, they have like what's the right term? Like a sister company or like a little part of their company that works in NFTs. Boss Team Games is literally just the middleman. You know, they are the middleman between you and the game. You know, the game and the consumer. The devs and the consumer, should I say. So, you know, they're not going to be making much money off this at all. You know, I mean, yeah, they're a publisher, but, you know, Saber's going to get most of the money from the game, and you know, people who hold the licenses like Studio Canal, Lionsgate, and all those. Of course, like, you know, NFTs are bad and whatever, but like I said, Boss Team Games is not going to see a massive amount of profit from this game, and it's also not even Boss Team Games, and like I said, it's literally the sister company that deals with NFTs. And basically what an NFT is, for those of you who don't know, is it's like a digital artwork or something like that you can purchase with Ethereum and different cryptocurrencies and stuff like that. And they're quite expensive and they're very bad for the environment, blah, blah, blah. You can go on about that. You know, there's tons of videos about NFTs around. So the argument was that I had with this other YouTuber or whatever was saying, like, you know, Boss Team Games is going to have NFTs in this game and stuff like that. Like I said, Boss Team Games have no say really what goes in this game. They are here to market the game and publish it, and that is it. They do not have any say in what goes into the game itself. And let me just clarify this about Dead by Daylight. So, Dead by Daylight bought the Hellraiser license, yeah? Which, you know, was kind of good at the time. And then later on, it came out that they're doing NFTs around Pinhead. And loads of people just automatically assumed, oh, Behavior's making a profit off NFTs, blah blah blah. Never buying stuff from. I'm never buying stuff for Dead by Daylight ever again. For Behavior, I don't want to support this company. Right, let me clarify this. So they bought the license. They sell you the Pinhead chapter. You know, you can buy it with money or Auric sells. It doesn't matter. So Behavior will pay a substantial amount of money to get a hold of this license, and then they expect to get their money back once they sell it to you. Okay? So, no doubt they made their money back. Yeah? And this happens with every license holder that they've ever worked with, by the way. They literally give every 3D asset and model that they've ever made, you know, even the audio files and whatnot, they literally give it to the license holder because that's just part of the contract. That's part of the business. That is what they do. They give it to them, and they can do what the hell they want with it. It doesn't even matter if it's related to Dead by Daylight or not. They can do whatever the fuck they want with it. You know what I mean? Like, so Boss Protocol took their 3D model of Pinhead and sold it as an NFT for like $300 or whatever the hell it was, right? And loads of people automatically thought that this is going to be like an exclusive thing in Dead by Daylight. That is not what happened. It's literally not what happened at all. All that is in Dead by Daylight is the killer himself and his little chatterer skin that he has as a legendary. Granted, people may be concerned, well, if I bought the chapter, then, you know, money's going to go to Boss Protocol, who does NFTs and stuff. Yeah, you've probably seen about 10%, maybe even less of your money going to Boss Protocol for that, because literally Behavior is already paid for that license. Behavior's just there to make their money back, and, you know, it's like a little bit of profit on top of it, from the official license fee that they paid. And like I said, a minute amount will be going to Boss Protocol because they've already made their money off Behavior from buying the license off them, you see. So, again, and just because Boss Team Games is publishing Evil Dead does not directly link Evil Dead to Boss Protocol or NFTs or anything like that. This is all theorizing and trying to bring politics into video games and all this bullshit that, you know, you just can't do it. In my opinion, you just literally can't sit there and just theorize what could be wrong with buying this game. Oh, why should I not buy this game? To me, it's people just looking for excuses. Like, just to not buy it. If you like the game, fucking buy it. If you don't like it, don't fucking buy it. It's as simple as that. Don't sit there and rant on to me about NFTs and theorizing that Boss Protocol and Boss Team Games could be in it in the background scene doing a dirty deal like, oh yes, we're gonna see loads of sales from Evil Dead the game and it's gonna go straight in our NFT wallet. Oh yes. I don't know why people are sitting there thinking that's gonna fucking happen, because it's simply not. And if it is, who gives a fucking smeg that that's gonna happen? Who's literally gonna give a smeg? I'm gonna be sitting there hours on end, you know, hours and hours of my Evil Dead game, smiling away, fucking blowing the shit out of some deadites, ripping them and tearing them a new one with my chainsaw. Right? I'm gonna be sitting there with a big smile on my face, not even concerned where the fuck my money went. Not even concerned. I'd be like, just enjoying the experience. I mean, even if, you know, the only thing I'd be concerned where my money went is if it went to Saber, and I'd be happy for that. You know, and I know fine well Saber's gonna make money off this, so, you know, I'm happy. I've got respect for them. Like, literally the highest respect. So, having all these comments in these threads and stuff like that, it's just blown my mind. Like, I've had so many arguments over this past week about this game. And I literally think the Steam argument is the worst one. The Steam argument has to be up there as the worst fucking comment I've ever seen about this. And anyways, that comes to the conclusion of my rant and clarification video about Evil Dead. If I missed anything, or if you think I'm, you know, wrong and I'm talking out my ass, feel free to leave a comment. And if you have any issues regarding the game or regarding Saber Interactive, also leave me a comment down below. You know, if you think I'm wrong, or, you know, just voice your opinion, because I want to see this. I really want to see some feedback from what I've talked about in this video. Yeah, anyways, come get some May 13th, 2022. Can't wait. I've got my Ultimate Edition, Ultimate Collector's Edition pre-ordered. And, you know, I'm probably even going to pre-order the game digitally as well. Just in case I don't get that in time. Because, you know, it's Evil Dead. It's Saber. And I'm fucking happy. Maybe I shouldn't let these people get to me. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just let these people get on with it and, you know, have their little rants and opinions. But, you know, it's not like I'm just going to sit there and, you know, ignore it a lot of the time. Because I kind of get frustrated. I get frustrated with people being, I mean, I don't want to be rude, but people just being idiots and morons. And people who just can't literally understand the simple basics of what the game is. I just can't. I just sit there and I just get frustrated and I just have to comment. I can't keep my mouth shut about it. And like I said, I've ended up in just so many arguments with people. I mean, like, the Epic Game Store, Steam, and Predator Hunting Grounds scenario, like, that whole thing is just, it's mind blown, man. It's the worst comparison I've ever seen, and it's the most bleak argument I've ever dealt with in a community around a game. And it just screams entitlement to me. It really does. I mean, we'll leave it on this comment as well. This was a comment on Facebook. This game is just Friday the 13th with updated graphics. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. I mean, from the people who are positive about the game, I'm really excited to be playing with those people, getting to know them around the community, around on the streams and stuff. I'm really excited to get to know those people, but this little collective group of just entitled morons is really starting to, like, grind on me. But yeah, like I said, I don't want to just be horrible. And, you know, if you found this video informative about the game and it's clarified things up, like I said, hit that like button, hit the sub button, and leave me a comment down below. I'm going to end it there, guys, because this is like a 35-minute rant almost. It's going to end up turning into a podcast, and, you know, that wouldn't be a bad thing. I'll do my own podcasts. Imagine people could sit there hours on end listening to me rant on about shit, right? But anyways, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening if you made it to the end. I hope this was an enjoyful rant video, because I've never really done one before. And I'm not going to say rant video, clarification video. That's a better term. Rant video means I'm angry, but I'm not. I'm just angry at people in the comments. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you are new, hit that like and sub button. I will be covering Evil Dead from day one, and maybe even prior to that as well, because I may get an early copy, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Pixels, you're my awesome viewers. I'll catch you guys in the next one.